Cheers, everybody. Welcome in. Miscellaneous here. Back at you live. We're going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to do something called the Thursday night beer session. I have a few beers in the fridge. You should tell by the thumbnail. And yeah, we'll do some reviews and check out some new stuff. So, start off in the chat first here. Cheers, Carlos. Welcome in, man. Deep diver. So yeah, so the first product we're going to be looking at tonight is from New Belgium. This is new to me. I haven't seen it. This is called a Hop Future IPA. Yeah, so it's best by January 23rd, 2022. It's 10, so 11, 12, yeah, 3 months. Probably 3 months in, maybe 2 months. Hard to say. This is 8% ABV. So go ahead and take a look at this. Appearance, smells, aromas. All right. Yeah, so what we got is a lemony straw-colored beer. About 2 fingers on there. It's pretty tight-knit, frothy, but it is a little soapy looking as well. It's got a medium effervescence to it from what I can see. Small bubbles gaining. So, yeah, on the nose. Nice. It's very light smells on this here. Nice earthy hop. There's a bit of a sweet maltiness to it as well. A bit tropical, a little piney. Smells pretty good. Cheers to you, Lep. Yeah. Very light on the smells. Doesn't have a lot going on for it initially. 8% doesn't smell boozy at all. It's going for a sip. Cheers, guys. Light-bodied. There's not too much to say about this. Let me get another sip on here. So there's a light tropical essence to it. Say maybe a little bit of pineapple, mango type thing going on there. There's no real bitterness to this. I'm very surprised. Mouthfeel is loose, very moist beer, quite refreshing. I almost get absolutely no bitterness on this. I mean, this drinks like a session IPA, so something probably around 6%. I'd say if I just put this down in front of a random person, I'd think they'd shoot much lower than what the ABV is on this thing. 8% dangerous drinker, very refreshing. It's light. Yeah, definitely something I'd drink on a hot day. Have a couple of these. I don't know if I'd want to sit down and maybe drink a 6-pack all in one sitting, but it's not bad. It's not great either. It's nothing over the moon about this beer, but it's pretty good. Score-wise on this, I want to call it an Imperial IPA at 8%. I'd stick this around an 80, 86, 87. I'll go with 87. It's pretty plain, and it doesn't really have a lot going for it. It is missing, I am missing that little bit of bitterness, you know? Dry finish, maybe. It's your typical IPAs. I don't know what they would classify this as exactly. You know, it's definitely not a West Coast IPA. It's definitely not a New England. So maybe somewhere in the middle, I guess, maybe East Coast. Yeah, not bad. I've actually been waiting on New Belgium for their new drop that they were going to have. And to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed in this one. Just a bit. I thought it would be, I don't know what I would thought it would be, but the past few drops they've had were pretty good. They had the Atomic Pumpkin, then they had the Higher Plains, Captain Dynamite, the 1985. Um, yeah, just a little lackluster is all. It is what it is. They're not all going to be winners. Mm. Yep, but anyways, coming up next, I've got a beer from a company that I got, Southern Grist. This is going to be something that, what was it? Burley wanted me to do. Burley Sullivan wanted me to do some reviews on this, so I figured, why not? Let me finish this up, and we'll see what they got in store. But yeah, threw up some lacing. No legs at 8%. Overall, like I said, I'll give it an 87. Not the best, not the worst, not the greatest. So yeah, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna grab another beer, and yeah, we'll get back to it. Just give me 1 second. Cheers. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Be rolling into Friday tomorrow. Happy Friday, Junior, as our good buddy Last Beer would say. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into another beer here. This is from Southern Grist Brewing Company. They are, where are they out of? Does not say. Yeah, there you go. Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, this is part of their Hill series. It's come out. This one here is an Imperial Cherry Mango Peach. Comes in at 7.3%. So, yes, this is an Imperial Sour by some means. Never had anything from this company. Heard good things about it. So, we're going to find out today. This looks pretty hefty. Very, very dark color. So, yeah, you got a pretty tight knit, one finger off paint colored head there. Color of the brew is a like dark violet red type of color, more grapey purple, almost Concord grape colored. Yeah, so cherry mango and peaches, huh? Definitely got their cherry in there to make that color. For the nose, all right. So definitely get peach, mango, cherries there. Cherries kind of in the background. The peach and the mango got this weird thing going on, man. They're kind of it's a bit catty, kind of like a earthy. Have you ever had those hops that kind of smell like cat urine? It's got, I think it's just those two tropical notes playing off each other. Other than that, it smells very good. Definitely peach forward, followed up by that mango. Cherry's kind of in the background. Looks like a pretty good brew. Cheers. All right. This reminds me of the Boys in the Hood. Boysen, as in boysenberry. Boys in the Hood from Three Sons out of Florida. Very reminiscent of that. So, thin body. Mouth feels kind of weird. It's a little abrasive. Has a wine-like quality to it. Dry. Almost like a dry red wine. It's like you can almost taste. There's something weird with it. It almost tastes like how wine corks smell, which is off-putting, obviously. The initial flavors are there, though. Cherries up front, followed by peach. Comes in with like a dank mango type of note. Said medium-bodied, fairly thick. I say medium-bodied, maybe. I'd say light, pushing medium more towards the medium side. It's got a little bit of heft to it. 7.3%. Now, maybe, just maybe, that's why I'm getting that dry, wine-like feel out of this. And it's weird too, because I'm not a big wine connoisseur by any means, but there's a dryness to it, and there's a heft. So it's kind of, it reminds me of both. It's sweet, not too much. Cheers to you, Jeremy Vincent. Welcome in, man. JV's Hangout. Always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you, as Alex would say. So, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a different kind of sour. This Imperial Mango Peach Cherry from Southern Grist. It's a bit of an offness to it, not per se in line with most of the typical sours you're going to be drinking. It's a bit of a sour, tart. It almost reminds you of like Trolleys or Sour Patch Kids, but not so malic acid forward, Pretty smooth mouthfeel. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's just got that weird wine-like twang, and some people might be into that. That's really not my thing, but this beer's not bad, not by any means. Like I said, I think that it's taken to an imperial level, kind of switches it up a bit. I mean, 7.3, that's typically higher than most sours, but they're calling it imperial, not me. So, would I buy this again? I'm not sure. It's bad. It's not bad, and it has good qualities to it. I don't. It gives me that big wine-like feel, and I'm really not too big into that. I do have another Southern Grist beer in the fridge. We're not going to be checking that out tonight, unfortunately. Maybe I'll do a solo review on that and dedicate it to Burley. My opinion, this wasn't a solid hit. Um, fairly good. Fairly good, though. Some of the sours that I've had recently been a little bit more elaborate, 450 North, um, Imprint, RAR. This isn't on the same level as them, and obviously it's a different style of sour. So, I will say this though. I just swirled it, and there is a bit of, you get some alcohol legs with this one, which is impressive. You usually don't see that in a sour beer. Um, hmm. You know, I feel comfortable scoring this one at probably a 90. Even 90 seems fair. Not a bad beer. Not a home run either. Yeah. A little bit dry. Definitely big dry finish on this. Yeah. What are you gonna do? So, anyways, yeah. Cheers to you, JV. Anybody else out there watching? I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff going on. I just needed to crank out some beer reviews. So, yeah, 90 on the Southern Grist Imperial Cherry Mango Peach. Not a bad brew. This one ain't gonna get 100 out of 100, man. Not this one. Still got two more beers to go through. Those ones are a little bit higher ABV. We're gonna be looking at next. We're gonna be looking at the Four Giants from Founders. First time I've seen it this year. I did get it a couple years back in bottles. This year the release was in cans. It's an Imperial IPA. Is going to be coming in at 9.2%. Had one yesterday. Was pretty good. Had mixed reviews on the internet from certain people, but wasn't too shabby. Not too bad for my liking. Sit here and chat it up a bit while I finish this up. And slug these down and be ill. Should get a little bit better chat. I wonder where everybody's at. I know they're doing movie night and off air. And there's a couple live streams going on from what I can see on my YouTube. So, yeah, it is what it is. Documentation purposes. So, all right, muster it up and get this down. And it's not one of those heavily pureed sours either. But last I do have lined up is the new KBS. I'm going to try and give that a fair shake. I tried it the other evening right after I had a Founders newer release, their Imperial Brown Ale there with coffee called Velvet Rush. I will have a video coming out on that soon as well. I just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. I didn't want to have something like that. I did have the beer, and I did not have high remarks about it. I am willing to give it another shot. I had sullied up my palate a little bit that evening, and I was a bit intoxicated. But it happens. You're doing beer reviews, you're hanging out, friends off air, and then you decide to go live. It happens. Man, very juice forward looking though. Jeremy, you missed the 100 the other night on Multi Monday. That Bourbon County 2018 wheat wine, that was fantastic. And like, I don't give out 100s a lot. I'll give 99s. I'll give 98s. I try to leave meat on the bones for other companies, you know, because there's always new stuff coming out. The one we did on Multi Monday was tough, though. They don't make a lot of wheat wines anymore. They are very far and few between, especially something that caliber at coming in at 15.4%. That was a heavy hitter, hands down. Um, all right. 2 beers down. Go ahead and pick another one out of the fridge. It's going to be the Founders 4 Giants. Yeah. All right. Be right back. Be patient. I'm going to get a swig of water, a glass, and a beer. See you in a sec. All right. Hot damn. 2 beers down, 2 to go. Thursday night session. Maybe I'll pick up a live after this, hang out for a bit. So yeah, tonight, right here, right now, we're going to be doing Founders 4 Giants. Apparently, this is like a mixture of 4 different brews that they've come out with or have had in the past. I can definitely tell you that that's the guy from the Double Trouble label. These other ones, I'm not quite too sure. And the can art is different this year. 1 second, I'll show you. All right. So last time I had this, I did, like I said, I had it in the bottle. 9.2%, 80 IBUs, just the same as it is in the can. This one was bottled on 10/3/20. So this is the label from the can, from the bottle, and this is the new label on the can. So not too much difference. Cheers, Cheryl. Yeah, not too much difference. This one looks a little bit cheesier and less well put together, while this one's a little bit more clean looking. I'm going to put this up because this goes back to my bottle collection. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and pour this one up, see what it is. This one's a 16-ounce can. This one might take me a little bit more to get through. Cheers to you, Cheryl. Always saying hello and coming through on Beer Man stuff, showing up to my stuff. I think I've seen you at Bumpy's and a couple other people's channels. Cheers to you. Hope you're having a great evening. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 9.2, 80 IBUs with this one. So I don't think this is going to look like your typical IPA. You might be a little, it looks a little different than most. So it's a little more on the darker side of things. Yeah. Woo, getting some gains. So yeah, here you're getting a nice copper lager beer look to it. 3 fingers on that, and that thing does look pretty soapy, frothy looking head. It's got some body to it. What's up, Ronnie? Ronnie S in the house. What up? Yep, just chilling, doing a couple beer reviews tonight, hanging out. I might go live afterwards, maybe open things up again. I just kind of wanted to get a little video in and do a few different reviews. So yeah, 4 Giants from Founders. Like I said, you got a nice copper golden appearance, almost amber in the right light, but from what you're seeing, much lighter in person. Almost looks like a Modelo. That bronzy gold copper thing going. Highly effervescent. Highly effervescent this one is. Get that chill haze off of there. Look at that thing. Yeah. Yep. I brought 4 beers this evening, and I've already done 2. We're on our 3rd beer for the night. And yeah, I figured why not? I got a fridge full of stuff. I had some new products. Might as well do one big hurrah. See how this goes. Kind of like a trial and run kind of thing, you know? So, yeah. Head's receded a little bit. We can get our nose in there now. Big time tropical notes on this. Well, cheers, man. Like I said, maybe I'll go live after this. Maybe I'll drop an off-air link. You guys stay tuned. Maybe we can hang out and drink some beers. So like I said, this right here is bursting with tropical notes. Citrus, passion fruit, maybe a little bit of earthy. It's got like a papaya thing going on with it. Smells pretty juicy. Other than that, there's a sweetness to it, a malty sweetness. A little bit doughy. Smells fantastic. I remember last time I had this, I don't think I only had 1 bottle, and I was very reminiscent of the Harvest Ale that Founders puts out, but I think this one was a bit more ramped up, in my opinion. Very, very tropical forward this evening. So cheers, guys. Ooh-wee. Wow. All right. So medium full mouthfeel on this one. Does have piney, resinous, moderate bitterness. I'd say back of the sides of the tongue, slight dry finish on this one. This is good. It tastes this taste of a West Coast IPA, but it's weird. You get those huge tropical bursts in the nose. Now I am picking up the malt a little bit more. It's like a doughy, biscuity kind of malt backbone to this one. This one is a little bit tricky. Kind of gives you the up front, like I said, you get that nose, and I'm getting like passion fruit, earthy papaya, and you sip it, and it's got that malt sweetness. I said a little bit doughy, biscuity. There you go. Goes good with dinner, depending on what you have for dinner. Not your. This to me it stands out. This is not your typical IPA you drink or see. Especially on my opinion on the color. It definitely has a lager beer kind of look to it. Like I said, that effervescence is nuts. Streaming up. Wow. 9.2%, huh? Not too boozy. I don't think it's boozy at all. Oh, there you go. Bacon cheeseburger at Red Robin. Never been to Red Robin. They don't have them on the East Coast. They have commercials for them, but no businesses over here. I don't understand it. And it hurts my heart. They got all those nice looking cheeseburgers in their commercials. One of these days. Oh, yeah, juicy, juice haze, cheeseburger. Yeah, it sounds like it'll work. Bacon's good, a little umami with your IPA. This one's going to be a little bit of a sipper. Might be here for a minute. It's 4 beers. I did 2. I sit here and slug these down. It's 9%. We started out at 8% with the New Belgium Hop Future. Cheers, Ozzy. Welcome in, man. Yeah. Nice. I'm actually drinking the 4 Giants right now. Yeah, so Ronnie, we started off with this new product from Hop Future from New Belgium. New to my area, haven't seen it. Ran it by the crew and some other folks. They hadn't seen this either. Mediocre at best. Not the best 8% IPA that I've had. Kind of plain. I gave it an 87 out of 100. Then I had this here, the Southern Grist, the Imperial Cherry Mango Peach. This wasn't bad. Had a wine-like quality to it. Had the heft of a red wine, but kind of like the sweet dryness of a white wine. I don't know. Very off. I gave this a 90. Wasn't bad. Reminded me of like Sour Patch Kids or like Trolley gummy worms. Just not as sour. Had a very wine-like quality to it. That's cool. Ozzy's in the chat. You know what I paid for mine, Ozzy? I got a 4-pack of this for, I think it was $10.99. Yeah, $10.99. I got this 4-pack at Total Wine, 9.2%, 80 IBUs. That is one of the best shakes you're going to get out of Founders product. Instead of buying like an 18-pack of their Mosaic Promise or their Centennial IPA. Typically, their products aren't in that price range. I think the only other ones I've seen that were anywhere close to that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, if you've seen it, it's not that great, Ronnie. Mediocre at best. It just didn't bring enough to the table. Very light on the smells, on the aromas. Nothing too heavy on the palate. It wasn't really too much one way or the other. Drinkability was good, but just kind of lackluster and bland. If that makes any sense to you. That's what I got mine for. I'm not complaining. I really liked it. Last time I had it, I said I only got 1 bottle, and it was fantastic. Kind of bummed out that they switched to cans. Cheers to you, BC. Welcome in, man. And oh, hi, John. Welcome in, man. John and Ellie, Georgia Beer Reviews. So yeah, I don't know what you get out of it, Ozzy, but I do. It's very tropical up front. Like I said, I was getting passion fruit, like a papaya, almost like an earthy papaya. And I almost got, like I said, it was a slight, like malt. It was like slight doughy, biscuity kind of thing going on. Very, very good. Like I said, just totally different from your typical IPA that you're going to get. Run it down again. Medium full body, heavy. It's got a heavy like mouthfeel, almost slightly syrupy. Tropical flavors still come through on the palate. Hop tropical, I guess, more than those flavors that I'm picking up on the nose. Bit of pine, not too heavy. Yeah, I couldn't give it a fair shake. Yes, I am, John and Ellie. We're on number 3 out of 4. Yep. So yeah, I just couldn't hack it last night. I had drank a few beers. My palate was sullied. Ron Terrio had a word or two about it. I was surprised there were some F-bombs thrown, but it is what it is. Those aren't lies; those are facts. So yeah, I just think that my palate was sullied, and I could not give that beer a fair shake in an honest review. And now drinking it today, I don't think that I was really that off. I just think that the beer was fairly lackluster. Yeah, it is. It's like medium. It's not real. I wouldn't say it's full, but it's got that syrupy kind of mouthfeel to it. I like this one. Yeah, dude. If you want to hang out afterwards, I'll probably drop the link in the chat, and then I'll do an off-air hangout. I know that's movie night, and I don't know. I was gonna go, but I didn't, and it is what it is. So I'm sitting here now, talking to you nice people. For an IPA, for sure. This one's gonna score pretty high with me. I liked it last time I had it, and last year at the first of the year. Like Founders said, this was after their first bottle shop release. They said this was going to be the first drop after that. So it's supposed to be the Nemesis. Then they were going to drop this from what their website and their Instagram said. And it's October. First time I've seen it in Florida. Very, very surprised. I like it though. It's different. It's a little off the cuff. Keeps you on your toes. Still very, like I said, tropical, but it's piney resinous. This is good. Honestly, for Founders being such the big company they are, I think this can run it with some of those craft high grade companies. I'm gonna put this at I'll put this at a 95. I'll put it at a 95 out of 100. This is a really enjoyable, not your typical East Coast IPA, or not your typical. It's definitely not a New England style, but it's not all the way West Coast either. It's got a different kind of. It's just bringing something different to the table that not a lot of things do. Said compared to 90 Minute is not a bad beer. I think that one's a little bit more malty in my opinion. This is very malty as well. It does have a sweet backbone. It's not coming from that tropical fruit. You're getting that bitter off of those hops, in my opinion. I would buy this again, hands down, especially for the price that it's at. I paid $10.99 for a 4-pack, over 9%. You can't lose. Very, very good product for what it is. I know some people don't like Founders and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Everybody makes mistakes. Shit happens. So, yeah, I'll let you know, Ronnie. Maybe we'll have an off-air afterwards. I know John's packing. There's a couple people out there. Yeah, 95. Pretty good. Yeah, 16-ounce cans. That was what kind of disappointed me. Cheers to you, Josh. Yeah, I'll let you know, Ronnie. Yeah, totally disappointed in that. I don't know what they're doing, if they're just cutting costs and they want to go to cans. And the can art was I went over that earlier. The can art compared to the bottle art, I believe the can art is a bit more cheesier. It's not as well done. It's a little more cartoony and lacklusterly put together, but it is what it is. Product remains the same. And you can't argue with that. This tastes just as good as I remember it being last year, and I hope they don't fuck with this recipe because it's got it going on. Mm. Mm-mm. A lot of like there's a lot of like lupulin flavor coming out of this. Very, very rich, like fresh hops. You could tell this isn't pellets. This has got some either lupulin powder or fresh, very, very fresh cones in it that are hitting tropical, dank, slight candy fruit. It's fantastic. And like I said, I'm not here to toot any particular company's horn. This one was definitely a winner. All they put out all year was stouts besides the Velvet Rush. So it is. It's the four different. That's what it is because they got the four different characters on there, and it's four different IPAs. So I'm not sure because all I know is I had the Double Trouble. I'm not sure with that one, or this one. I haven't had either one of those other three, and I did not have the Double Trouble fresh. As you guys could see, I did a review on that not too long ago. It was a vintage 2018 bottle. Hell of a blend for sure. Like I said, I really do. I really feel comfortable at a 95. They are doing something great with this, and I'm glad that they didn't cut any corners. Or there's a lot of companies that are doing that, or not. I wouldn't say all independent brew companies because I don't see an independent brew label on this one, but here nor there, companies sell out to bigger companies, and sometimes, excuse me, they cut corners. And I'm in the cooking business. I know what shortcuts taste like. They taste like shit. So if you're doing something and it's good and it's working, don't try and sub it out for something else. Keep a steady, solid product. If it's working and it's good, don't fuck with it. So, yeah. Picked up a 4-pack of the Underground Mountain today. I do like that one, but Ozzy, yeah, I still have to drink the KBS as well. I do like the Underground Mountain. My favorite series, or my favorite one from that series, was the Frangelic Mountain, the one with the hazelnuts. Fuck me. I love hazelnuts. And there's a lot of beers out there that say they're doing it. They ain't doing it. Founders, Frangelic, Underground, or Mountain, yeah. Hands down, I slurred there for a second. Hands down, one of the best brown ales I've ever tried. Might be the best. Corner cutting is big these days, but guess what? People are losing business, macro business, I guess. It's a different kind of thing, because like Funky Boot is one of them, and Ronnie, we live in Florida, so the stuff they're pumping out in our Publixes, our grocery stores, regular stuff like that, Floridians, the Floridian, the Pineapple Beach Bum, all that other stuff is the Hop Gun is very, very macro. I mean, they're basic recipes and they're keeping with them. You want to know why? Because they're basic and it stays good and it rings true for, I believe they were bought up by Constellation, but yeah, they were. And they've messed things up. One of the biggest ones that they ruined, in my opinion, was their no crust. It was an Imperial peanut butter and jelly brown ale, and I had it 2 years ago before they were bought out. It was an absolutely fantastic product. Tastes like strawberry preserves with rich, decadent peanut butter. And now I had it this after they've changed it to the Funkadelic um, series or whatever they have. It's shit, absolute dog shit. Um, Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I still have the KBS to drink. Yeah, I don't know. I had the Velvet Rush and then I had that and I wasn't really impressed the other evening, so we'll see. Cheers to you, Mark A. Welcome in, bud. Always a pleasure. If they stop making that, I don't know what Founders is doing. They're fucking off. I mean, I understand hazelnuts are expensive, but god damn, that beer was to die for. Absolutely fantastic. I think, you know what? I'll go as far to say it that was the best brown ale I've ever had. Founders is good stuff. Yeah, they got bad publicity. It happens. No, I don't buy. Typically, do not buy any of my craft beer at the grocery store. Now, I will say this. I would much rather go to like a Publix grocery store or a Winn-Dixie and buy my Cigar City, like the Florida Man and things like that. These more macro craft beers that are out. Just because of their turnover rate. You go to a corner store, you don't know how long that's been sitting there. It doesn't have a can date produced on the box. It's tough. Do I think the Underground? Yes, absolutely. It's a brown ale. From what I can recall, it seemed to have an SRM. He really doesn't care. Um, he's definitely looking for a darker colored beer. Um, I don't think you'd have any problems there, Ozzy. If you bring a dark beer and Bumpy drops a link and you come on, I really honestly don't think he's going to give you a hard time at all. Mm. Woo-wee. Running my flapper, boy. It's going to be a minute. I still got a half a beer to go at 9%. I'm starting to get full. Had 3 beers, all of them 7.3% or higher. So, it's very true. They're only pushing what's good. Yes, Josh. Civil Society, 45 minutes away from me. Jay Wakefield is in Miami. Like, you got to be dead ass in Miami. That's where they're at. They do make good stuff. Where I'm at, and they've redesigned our Total Wine, and we've gotten a lot of new stuff in. We still don't get a lot of Jay Wakefield. We had Hops for Teacher. We had what was the Hefe? It's their Hefeweizen, but we're not getting anything too exciting or exclusive, you know. So Cigar City always posts a date on the box. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. It just so happens I have my box of Florida Man that I had that was absolutely disgusting. So I'm going to look on the outside of the box. And I don't see a date on the outside of the box. Where's it located, Ronnie? because it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. And it's not there. So I mean, these are drain pours. They're absolutely disgusting. I poured 2 out of the 6-pack, and the other two that I drank, I had to chug. This was canned on 7/22/2001. It's not good. I don't like it. That or they fucked with it. One of the two. I shit you not. So, absolutely not my favorite. Civil Society, yeah, they make a bunch of IPAs. I think when you go to their brewery, I think that's all they brew is IPAs, from what I saw. Yeah, there's a couple bottle shops, and they're to the county north of me. It takes about an hour to get there. I went to both. I went to the one twice because I went there to go pick up some Bourbon County that couldn't find anymore, and it was there. It was spendy. Bought it. They don't. I don't know what it is. So, yeah. Had a PBR and 2 bottles of Blanche de Chamblay for this one. Nice. PBR is not a bad product. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take the look over the box again, but I always check. Cheers to you, man. PA Brew News. What's up, Paul? Welcome in. So, yeah, the 4 Giants by Founders this year, definitely a hitter, man. I would pick it up again for $10.99 a 4-pack, over 9% IPA. It's a winner. Drinking by the campfire, huh? What's the temp up there? Whew. Almost done with this one, boys, and we'll move on. So it's a fair bit. Definitely a heavy hitter. Overall, we haven't had too bad of scores. 97, a 90, and a 95. This KBS is the one I'm worried about. Have to give it a fair reviewing. To be honest with you, I had it the other night, but like I said, I had it after that Velvet Rush, and that tasted like very burnt black coffee to me. And talked to the man at my specialty beer store. He said he expects to get some 1050 barrel aged around December 1st. Yeah. No Bigfoot. I didn't see Bigfoot till after the first of the year last year. It's interesting. 1050 does come out late now. The thing, I wish 1050 would still put out the goddamn stovepipe cans. I don't feel comfortable buying a 4-pack of 12-ounce cans for $20 plus. I'd rather just buy me a stovepipe for $10, and I'd be happy with that. And they're just changing the format. I don't like how everybody's going to can. Not a lot of companies are producing in glass a lot, unless they're exclusive drops. You have to go to the business, go to the brewery, pick them up. I don't know. Not that cans are bad or bottles are better, but I miss having bombers. I wish it was just still a big thing like it used to be. You should probably have some water and then chips and crackers. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have a palate cleanser for sure. 1050 is good, but do you yourself favor a pop to pop them. Well, I do. I actually have I have one 1050 in the can, not barrel aged, from 2018. I have one 12-ounce can in there, and I did have a bunch of stovepipes at my local corner store that I used to go to, the liquor store that I still frequent, and they had probably 8 to 10 2017 1050 barrel aged stovepipes there. $10 a piece. I was drinking them. I was drinking them like they were going out of style. The last person who has one from my store is in Texas. It would be the drunk one, and it's still in his fridge. And I don't know if he's holding on to it. He's procrastinating on whether or not he's going to drink it or not. Those were fantastic. And there are my buddy, last beer, Josh A. He was up in going to see his buddy in Pennsylvania, and he went by a bottle shop, and he was showing us on his phone, and they have the stovepipe 1050 there. So maybe I'll get with him, try and get a hold of one of those. Stovepipe is better. I do, yeah. I totally agree, man. It did. It seemed like it just made it seem like it was something so much more. The care is in there. They took the time that to make this and bottle it up and produce it for the masses. Absolutely fantastic. It's in the fridge. I'll probably keep it in there for a while. Cheers to you, Carlos. Kabaka Carlos. Don't feel bad. I watched your video earlier, the Argentina one. Everything will be all right, man. I do the same just to work, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I hear you, bud. Much love. Hell yeah. Deep diver. Dark fruits do come out in the 1050, the barrel aged. It's tough. I got a lot like bootstrap molasses, dark fruits like figs, prunes. Oh God, go back to the 1050. Leather, tobacco. I mean, really, really good drinking stuff. And like I said, the more you sit on it, it does age much better than I would assume. 35 beers in the stash. I don't know if I have that much. I probably got about 20. I've got some Mackinac fudge in there. I've got some of those big bombers I bought from Tavor recently. I got a Bigfoot barley wine 2020. I got a Nemesis. I've got one Founders Moss Agave prickly pear left. I've got a Boulevard Magic drip in there. I got a pretty good spread. I try and keep a hold on to a few. I know. It's unfortunate, and the big thing that I do see with the can switch, which you can see on a lot of these non-craft independent places, is you get this little label here. Oh, fuck, I gotta get it in front of my face. Ball. It says Ball right there. Glass company, can company. I'm still sitting on it. $13.99 is still not a bad price in my opinion. I would still pick it up. $14, totally worth it for a sit down, enjoyable. It's like what would you say? You drink it almost like an aperitif, after dinner type of thing. Very good. Glad you're feeling better now, Carlos. Picked up another 4. Yeah, I saw that. I seen you said that, and there ain't no more of that shit down here. Only got one left, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'll probably just sit on it for a while. Because I thought about doing a side by side with the Bigfoot. They're just on two totally different levels. Absolutely on two totally different levels. Um, was underwhelming. I mean, it depends on what you're thinking about. I mean, yes, it did have artificial flavors in it. Coffee was great. Chocolate was good. Um, it's all personal opinion, you know. I don't think it was a bad beer, but I have two more, and I'll sit on them for some more time and see if they change or alter. Eh, all your homebrews in mason jars now, huh? Hmm. The Nemesis was trash. That's a bold statement. I don't know if I would per se say it's trash. Um, very, very oddball barley wine. Um, Me and Bumpy Road Brewery, I'm sure as well as Commerce Aussie, um, we had that beer. It was probably 3 weeks old, 3 weeks old, and we bought it. That was one of the hoppiest, bitter barley wines that I've ever had. Now, keep in mind, very, very green beer, very fresh. Um, I have had, I bought one 4 pack and I drank the first one, very bitter, very hoppy. Wasn't my favorite pick. Had regrets about buying it. Moved on, had the second one probably 2 months later, started to mellow out a bit. Still very bitter and hoppy. Darkest IPA, or not IPA, darkest barley wine that I've ever seen, for one. Appearance, nose, and flavor didn't seem accustomed to your traditional barley wine. But I had another one again at probably 5 months old, and it did start to mellow out a bit. I have one more left. I'm probably gonna hold on to that for a year, 2 years, and give it a whirl and see what happens. Definitely, I would think the initial sip and taste of the Nemesis would turn most people off as a barley wine. Anyways, I gotta keep up with the chat. You guys are rolling. Hmm. That's hard to say. Here or there, what you want to call it, you know. KBS is usually good. Easy drinking stuff. Stop hating founders. I mean, that's fine, man. If you hate founders, then I don't even see why we're having a discussion on the beer. If you don't like them, I don't see why you would talk about them. And my biggest thing with founders, and there's a lot of stuff going on recently with McKellar and all these other places that are got Boulevard Brewing Company. You know what? It's tough, man. And you know, this stuff happened with founders and things got said, and it is what it is. You could stick with it, you could hate them, that's fine. You can miss out on some of the best beer that they've ever made in the world, some of the best beers that are made in the world. That's fine. It could be on your political, your personal views, whatever it has to be. But I do not believe that a few bad actions from some people should topple an empire. Could have been some bad management. Shit happens. It's life. It's the real world. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean? And some people's feelings are going to get hurt. There's a difference between sexual harassment and fucking groping. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't know about racist. I'm not racist, and that's fine. I'll still drink from Founders. People have their point of views, and they're gonna keep that. That's fine. I don't judge people on one mistake. People can grow. People can accept what's happened and grow and move on from there. So I mean, somebody makes a mistake, because I can guarantee you at one point in your life, Paul, you've made a mistake, and guess what? People are forgiving you. That's what people do. People fuck up. Companies fuck up. They're not robots. So, anyways, I'm gonna move on from that rant. Uh, I like the Nemesis Fresh. Yeah, it was a hoppy, bitter beer, boys. I agree with that. The Nemesis was a lot bigger, a lot higher ABV, and the Bigfoot was lower ABV. I honestly like the regular Bigfoot that I had in 2020 compared to the barrel aged Bigfoot. Their what is it, Off the Trail series or whatever they had. That wasn't bad. Um, yeah, stuff happened. Blah blah blah. I'm not here to. It is whatever, man. I'm sorry. Wasn't trying to beat you up. It's two ways, dude. You give me a hard time when we're over there at Harry's. No personal pursuance or anything like that. Cheers, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I mean, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I'm not here to run you down or beat you down or do any of that. Sorry, Ronnie. You understand hating the Founders thing. They said something racist or something. I never looked into it. But like you said, they do make some of the better beers in the world. That doesn't justify that either. You know what I mean? There's got to be balance. So, cheers to you, Tommy Carroll. Welcome in. I don't hate Founders either. Not one bit. I know a lot of people that do, and I would love to persuade them not to be, but that's not on my account. Mm. I I don't think you are. So I mean, it is what it is. That's it right there, man. Comer Sazi said it best. Nothing personal. Drink what you like and like what you drink. That's about the best comment I could hear all night. Whew! All right. I'm gonna get me a sip of water, and then we're gonna bust out the KBS. I'm gonna hit the head too. You guys stay patient. I'll be right back. Appreciate it. Get back to the chat here for a minute. What you like, that is what CBA. Shut up, Josh. Heavily fruited macros. There you go. Yeah. Not all beers are 10 out of 10. I'll tell you that. Your palate's different than anybody else's. You know, and I will say that new reviewers, I mean, depends on what you get into. It's real easy to sit there and say, you know, a lot of people are going to be giving these beers high regards. Well, if you, let's say you are a new reviewer, right, and you have some of these world-class high-end beers up front before you drink some more average. There's a big wide world out there, but if you start with some of the best beers, they're most likely going to give them 10s out of 10s. I don't agree with that. I do my scale on 1 to 100, which is the same as 10 out of 10. So, I mean, it's just all an opinion. I could have a beer that you think is trash, and I think it could be great. That's what it is. Different palates. Not everybody tastes the same, you know. It's hard, man. You know, you're I don't know. Any problems? I will say that was a heavy beer, dude. Heavy hitter in the gut. I just got mine out of the fridge. I'll probably sit here and sip on it for a bit, you know. So yeah, we're gonna be getting into the KBS, the cinnamon vanilla cacao. Lowest score beer you ever gave? Besides a non-accidentable, not like a non-accidentable score. I think I gave a 50 once. It's bad. Bad. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the Founders KBS. This is their cinnamon vanilla cacao. This is an imperial stout with coffee, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and cacao nibs aged in oak bourbon barrels. Mind you, this is cold, and we're going to drink it all the way through. We got our nice Founders glassware. I wasn't wrong. It's there. Yeah. So initially on the appearance, right? Jet black, cocoa colored head, 2 fingers, very tight knit, bubbled, not soapy looking memory foam, as beer man would say. Looks like a good brew from where I'm sitting. On the nose, I definitely pick up cinnamon, vanilla, and coffee. This is the cinnamon vanilla cacao. This is the orange label. This is the new one that just came out. So That coffee, man. I get that burnt black coffee out of this, man. The coffee is astringent on the nose. I'll say that. There's a slight caskiness coming through. It's hard because you get that real cinnamon vanilla hit. Does smell very of the time of year. I'll say that. Halloween, Thanksgiving. It's got that kind of smell to it. Coffee note is starting to fade off a bit. Smells most excellent. I'm not sure, but we're going to go in for a taste. Cheers. All right. So I will give this a little more credit than what I gave it the other night. I was probably off air. I'm pretty sure. Big, robust bursts of cinnamon. Definitely vanilla. Coffee's there. It is a black coffee, a very black, hard roasted coffee. The coffee's mild, and I do feel like it has a heavy roast on it. But what John and Ellie right here, what he's saying is kind of coming to light. I can't really tell if the coffee's burnt or it's the char from the barrel. It's very, very close, minuscule. And I am much more enjoying this now by itself than after I had it after the Velvet Rush, which I felt was very burnt black coffee forward and acrid. I'm still going to give that another fair shake and do a sober review of that. This is boasting with huge cinnamon, vanilla, barrel coffee. Very, very, excuse me, sorry, I'm gassy, man. I let a burp. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Well, I guess it wasn't that important. Hold on. It's very up time of the year. It's like past October. This is almost like a November Thanksgiving type of beer. End of October. Very reminiscent of the time. Let me see. Yeah. Cinnamon and vanilla flavor give you a coconut. I can see that. I don't know if that's the yeast. You know what? In regards to that, Ozzy, it almost does have that Southern Tier. They did that coconut one. And it does kind of have that little bit of that twang to it. It's not bad. Velvet Rush. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that another stab at that one. I just felt like that was for an Imperial Brown Ale. It tasted a lot like acrid burnt coffee to me. It reminded me of the Collective Arts Origin of Darkness series that came out last year. Um, they had a coffee one. It was a specific coffee one, and I absolutely disliked that one. It just tastes like burnt black fucking coffee. Like I said, I'll give it another fair shake. And yeah, that's all I can do. Yeah, he does every once in a while. What are you gonna do? Thanks, Ronnie. I try. It's been shit, hour and 20 minutes, huh? I think it's very cinnamon vanilla. Coffee plays in great. I think that John and Ellie hit it more right. Caskey. I think that the cask they used on this particular barrel aged beer might have been more on the what do they call it? Burnt side, char side. Um, Still a very good beer. The that black acrid coffee note that I got the first time I drank this is put way to the back. Um, Score wise, let's go score. Um, this is right down the middle of the road for me as well. Um, is this the best KBS I've had? No. Is it pretty good? Yeah. Um, really trying to put this into perspective. I've had the espresso. I've had the original KBS. I've had the Mackinac Fudge. This is their new installment. I've had CBS. Um, feel comfortable putting this at at a 96. 96 out of 100. That's where I feel comfortable at. Very good beer. It's outstanding. Is it world class? I don't know. Not sure, in my opinion. What do you want? You want a Thirsty Thursday? Is that what you guys want? Everybody wants a Thirsty Thursday, huh? Well, all right. Let me create another one. I'll create a new live stream. I'll call it Thirsty Thursday. Open bar. I'll put the link in there. Don't you worry about that. So, yeah, 96 on this one. Not the best KBS that I've had. There's not a lot. There's only Espresso, Mackinac, Original, and this, as far as I know. There's 4 variants of this. This is not the best one that I've had. Not saying it's the worst either. I haven't had time to cellar this, age it, see what's going on with it. But, I mean, definitely a good beer. I definitely think with time, some of those coffee notes will mellow out. And I'm very interested to try this beer again in about 6 months. I think I only have 2. Yeah, I only got 2 more now. They're on the shelves. I could pick up some more, but definitely interested in cellaring some of this stuff. It should be interesting. So, yeah, I will post the link to an off air. I am going to go and close this out. I appreciate everybody showing up, everybody who watched, Commerce Ozzy, Ronnie, Josh A, John and Ellie, PA Brew News, Tommy Carroll, welcome in, Cabaco Carlos, hell yeah, deep diver. Got to give him a shout out. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll post a private hangout in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to join at any time. And like I said, I appreciate you showing up. This might become a regular thing. It might not. I had 4 beers to run it. So keep your eyes peeled for Thursdays to come. Yeah, this concludes Thursday night beer session. Cheers, boys. Stay sipping. I'm out.